Hey y'all, it's Media Maverick Monday. And y'all know I wait on y'all to just let me know. Let me know that it's broadcasting. It's broadcasting A-OK. So if you can hear me, let me know that we good to go. Oh snap. I'm about to be a rapper when I grow up. Let me know when I'm good to go. All right, so let me know when I'm good to go. Let me know when I'm A-OK. All right. Michelle says we're good. So it's Media Maverick Monday. It's Media Maverick Monday. It's Media Maverick Monday. Okay, I know y'all can't tell, but I'm wiped out. And so much so that I almost didn't go live today because my brain was just fried. I am in my bed, barely hanging on to clothes because right now I really wanted to get bucket naked because I was tired. So if you've seen my post, let me just bring you. Hi everybody. Marcia, Dr. Ame, Sandra, Bill. Hi, Pumpkin. Sonia. Hey, honey. Sharon. Hey, guys. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate it. So what was I saying? So if you saw my morning post, I spent the last 2 days with a gentleman named, thanks, Sharon. With a gentleman named Joel Bauer. Let me just say, Joel is like freaking incredible. And, last year, I think it was last year, my dude Wes invited me to a Joel Bauer event. So I went and it was awesome. And I haven't been in a while. I won't say why, but there was a reason. And let me see, maybe a few months ago, I was summoned by a gentleman named Dr. Carney. And Dr. Carney, turns out, is Joel's right hand. So I was summoned to dinner and it was nothing. The reason why I hadn't been, it had nothing to do with Joel. Let me just make sure that's clear. Had nothing to do with Joel. It was everything about me. So nothing to do with Joel. Nothing, he had done nothing wrong, nothing. So let me just get that straight. And so Candy said $12,000 an hour. And here I am trying to raise my consulting price to $200. Sharon says, would you like to speak and inspire my online network of over 20,000? You can apply here. Okay, cool, Sharon. You dropped the link. Okay, so let me get back on point. So what had happened? Okay, so Dr. Carney summoned me to dinner a few months ago, and he and I just hit it off. He is savage. He is no joke. He will have you rolling. I'm going to post a picture of Dr. Carney so y'all can have a visual of Dr. Carney, but he is so funny. So we talked about why I hadn't been, and he was like, girl, really? Is that it? That's why you haven't been to another event? And I explained, yeah. And he was like, listen, I want you at the June event. No excuses, nothing. Tisha, so you know Joel. Yes, tell them he is amazing. So he was like, no excuses, make it happen. I want you there. So I made it happen. And then he also told me I could invite people. So knowing how Joel rolls, I was very select on who I invited. So I invited some people. Reneka was one of them. And we're sitting there. First of all, 2 days, I'm just like on fire. And we're sitting there. Oh, wait, let me give you the tip first. Wait. Let me give you the tip. I got so excited. Wait, let me give you the tip. Okay, I'm gonna come back to that. Put a pause in there. So for those of you who are really here for the tip, I can honor you. And then for those of you who want to hear the rest of the story, I'll pick that back up because I don't want to be rude because this is Media Maverick Monday tip. Okay, so let me give you the tip. Okay, so tip going back to Newjacking. Somebody remind me. Y'all know how I get. Remind me what part of the story I left off so I can come back to it. But I really want to honor my promise of always delivering a tip on Monday. So you've heard me teach the concept of newsjacking, right? So newsjacking is the art of injecting yourself into a conversation and hijacking it for your brand. And for those, I see some new names. So for those of you who are not familiar with what I do, I am TJ Mercer. I am the chief noisemaker of the Media Mavericks Academy. And my sweet spot is I teach authors, experts, coaches, and entrepreneurs how to book themselves in the media without a publicist and without being a celebrity. And I am a beast at it. I suck at a lot of things, but media ain't one. That's my sweet spot. So I teach this concept. It's not my concept. Let me just say this. It's created by a name named David Meerman Scott. It was his concept. He started using the term. So I don't take credit for nobody's work because I'm beast enough in my own work that I ain't got to take credit for nobody else's work. So, but it's the art of hijacking a current event, something that popped off in the media for your brand. So I've given tons of newsjacking. Go to newjacking101.com. Somebody post that for me. Newjacking101.com to learn more about that. Now, one of the things I've taught you, though, for newsjacking is you must be responsible. You have to be responsible. You have to do your homework. You have to research and vet the story. You have to make sure you have all the facts. So if you read a story and it has a video, watch the video. Because some things that don't translate well when it's written, it sounds different when it's in the intonation of how the person is speaking. So you want to be sure before you newsjack a story, make sure you vet it from several sources. Make sure you're not just taking one source. All right, we got that? So I'm going to share my screen. Now, here's what came up this is Monday. So this is what came up last week. One of my friends, Bianca, who I'm so in love with Bianca. She is a conservative. And so she shared, let me share my screen. Hold on. Okay. So let me see if I can make it bigger for you. Okay. So she shared this post on her page, right? And it just says, I love this guy. And so because I taken, thanks to is it Tisha or Tisha for posting the website for me. But I take in news from all sources, regardless of what my viewpoint is. I subscribe to a lot of different sources, and I keep a lot of my friends who don't agree. Hey, lipstick chatter. My friends who don't agree with me, I watch their posts because I'm always loving to hear what everybody else is saying. I think our world would be a whole lot better if we would actually listen to what the people are saying who don't agree with us. That goes for both sides, Republicans and Democrats, but I digress. So she posted this, and being out of curiosity, I started reading the comments. And so one of the comments was like, so you really agree with this guy? You really, what does it say? So you like this guy? I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says like, so you like this guy or whatever. So fortunately, Bianca has some friends that are open to other ideas and open to dialogue. So she then, Taisha, I think that's it. Did I get it? Taisha. So fortunately, Bianca took time to explain. And in the context of the conversation, we learned that what prompted this man's question, hold on, I got to shift it. What prompted this man's question of what if she liked the guy is because on his news feed, this is the picture that came up with the article. So he was thinking Bianca was saying she agreed with, because this was from, I forget the baby's name, but it was a huge international event where Janet Reno authorized going to Elon Gomez or Elion or something. I forget the baby's name, but his mother had taken him without permission, tried to get him to the U.S. Mother died. He was staying with relatives over in the U.S., but the father was still in Mexico. Don't quote me on the country. Demanded him back. So it was this huge international incident. And so this was an iconic picture from that episode that went down. So Bianca had no idea that this was the picture that was coming up in her news feed. Cuba. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. Cuba. Thank you. So she didn't know. She was still basing it on that previous picture. Elon Gonzalez. Thank you. See, I got the smartest Facebook pals ever. Y'all are so brilliant. And so then Bianca sent me a message and we went through this dialogue and, we were like, oh my God, these algorithms. And so then Bianca sent me a message and said on her mobile device, it had the first picture, with the guy who she was agreeing with. And on her desktop, it had this picture. So what is the tip? What is the lesson? This is going back to me telling you, hey, Yana, Destiny, Terrell, Angela, Renee, this is going back to me telling you, you got to look at all sources. And even this also hit me on a life lesson standpoint is have dialogue with people that you may have had a misunderstanding, because Bianca had no idea that that's what's being put out there. But fortunately, the friend that said something knew enough about Bianca's heart to question what she meant by that. So a lot of times stuff pops off in social media and more fights break out over something that has been misinterpreted, misunderstood on social media, not knowing that it was the algorithm. But fortunately, there was dialogue that happened and we all realized, because I even looked like on my feed, it came up with the regular guy, the guy who actually, Bianca was agreeing with. So I didn't think anything of it until I read the feed, the comment thread. So you got to be careful. What's up, Naka? I knew you would be nosy and come over here. Naka, for those of you who don't know, is my right hand. Destiny is my social media intern who I like better than her mama, Reneka. So when it comes to your brand, though, and don't build a whole pitch around something that's wrong. Don't build a whole pitch around something that's not valid. Ask questions, vet the sources, look at other angles before you put something out there. What happened the other day? Like, for instance, this is a good example. For instance, that iconic picture that's now being floated around. Hey, Andrea, that's now being floated around with the little girl. It's on the cover of Time magazine. It's the little girl. She's crying. And that picture has been floating around saying that she was ripped from her, her mother's arms. And the fact of the matter is that's not true. And I'm actually looking at Time magazine side-eye because that's what that cover kind of indicates. And it's just not true. It's not. There's another picture that's being floated around of kids in cages. They're outside in the elements. That was from a protest. That was a visual that the protesters used to make their point. But it's being circulated. And listen, I am not a Trump fan at all. But I'm not gonna blame the man and blame for something they didn't. This is not pictures from this incident. So when you're looking at newsjacking, you got to vet the source. You just can't take a social media meme and just run with it as truth. You just can't. It would affect your credibility. It would damage your credibility. Michelle says truth matters. Even if you're telling a greater truth, you can't use a lie to do it. Exactly. Because it hurts your standing. Because then that's why it's all fake news. What else happened? Something else I saw this week, and I was like, that's just not true. Somebody took totally out of context, and it's like, that didn't happen. Oh, I can't remember, but you're getting the point. All right. So that's it. That is the media tip for the day. So now let me go back to my story. Where was I in my story? Somebody got to tell me. What was I in my story? Because y'all know I get excited and forget. Where was I in my story? Where did I leave off? Where did I leave off? And if you need to know more about Newjacking, that's newjacking101.com. If you need to talk to me about Newjacking and help you with your angles, you can book time with me at mediamavericks.tv/B12. Okay. Lamont says he invited you and said you can invite people. Michelle said you went to the mountain to see the guru. Okay, that's funny, Michelle. All right. So yeah, I could invite people. So Reneka was there. And so on Sunday, mind you, people have been asking me to do a live event for 2 years. Mavericks is only 2.5 years. No, we're going into our 3rd year. But my current Mavericks, future Mavericks have been asking me teach in person. And so to be honest with you, I never really wanted to do it because that stuff is hard. You know, filling the event, stuff going wrong, you going in debt, you book a space. I just didn't want no part of it. So I kind of hid behind my computer screen. So a couple of Saturdays ago, I taught a live event, a workshop, a 3-hour workshop in LA for the first time. I had never taught a 3-hour workshop. I taught like 90 minutes and I think close to 2-hour workshop, but never in LA. I'd never done this in LA. And at the end, the host organizer, an attendee, it was an attendee that asked, are you going to do any more of these in LA? And I was like, no, I don't have a plan on it. And girlfriend gave me attitude and was like, why not? And I was like, I didn't really have a reason. It's like, I just haven't. And she was like, because I got people who need you. And had I known this is what this was going to be about, I would have actually brought people. And so then the whole room starts yelling at Reneka. Am I lying? What Reneka was there. Destiny, they were there. And the whole room almost kind of like, you need to do this. And I was just like, yeah, whatever. And so then at the end, after it was all over, the host came to call me later and she was like, people are still talking about this workshop. She said, I had no idea that this is how you get down. That wasn't her words. That's my translation. I had no idea how you get down. She said, had I known, then I would have known really how to put the people in the room. And she was like, this is my first event where it was 100% show up rate. That was the first thing. The second thing is, when can we do another one? And they've locked me down into another one for LA in August. So forward to the event, the 2 days I just spent with Joel. Now, Joel Bauer costs $12,000 an hour. He's like the mentor's mentor, the coach's coach, the big names coach with him. The people you see on all these massive stages, you can track back to Joel. Okay. So I'm already sitting there and something on Sunday afternoon, it just hit me. It's time. It's time to do your own event. And I was just like, whatever, God. All right. And then it just kind of started formulating. So then I told Reneka at the break, like, here's what I'm thinking. Lord, you would have thought that I had said, I'm gonna give you $1 million. She got so happy because Reneka and Andrea have both been trying, did I say both? Both have both been trying to get me to do this. My Mavericks have been trying to get me to do this. And so I was like, okay, fine. And so we start teasing it out of what it could be. So we kind of tentatively set a date for it. And I was like, okay, whatever. I can't believe I'm sitting here doing this, but okay. So Reneka's already gone into project planning mode. So then I was so much on information overload. Mache says, Joel's like Kim Burrell, your favorite singer's favorite singer, or Scarface, your favorite rapper's favorite. Exactly. So what was I getting ready to say? Well, you made me forget what I was going to say, Mache. What was I getting ready to say? Oh, so I don't do strategy and systems well. That's why I have Reneka, and she knows I will shut down on you in a heartbeat. So about, after the break yesterday, I was just like, I can't do no more. I'm ready to go home. But I had ridden with my friend, and my friend was like, yeah, I'm ready to go too. And then just like that, I heard stay put. And so I told them, you know what, go ahead and go. I'm going to tough through it. I'm going to sit here and I'm just going to try to bear it. But I can't take in no more information. And so I'm sitting there and event proceeds and it gets to the end. And Joel announces that he has a list of 16 people that he wants to invite to his suite tomorrow to spend an additional time with him. So I kind of checked out because I was like, he don't know me from Adam, I'm thinking. And I just checked out because I was already tired. So I'm sitting there and I hear EJ, Mercer, and I was like, he couldn't be calling my name. And he was like, I can't understand the writing because his wife had written out the list and I can't understand the writing. So I was like, but he's saying my last name and I'm looking around like, is anybody else standing up? So I stood up and said, TJ Mercer. He was like, yeah, you. And I was like, okay. So then I look over and I catch Dr. Carney's eye. And if you're just now tuning in, Dr. Carney is the one that insisted that I come to this event. He's Joel's right hand or close to right hand, best friend, whatever. They like this basically. And so I looked at Dr. Carney and Dr. Carney nods and goes, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to be in the room with Joel with only 16 people. Cause at the event it was like 200 people. So I was like, okay, cool. So I hurried up and rescheduled all of my appointments and got there. So on the way this morning at 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm going off on God. I'm like, what was I thinking? I know I didn't hear you right. I don't want to do an event. I can't believe I told Reneka I'm going to do it because now she's going to try to hold me accountable and make me do it. And I don't want to do an event. I just want to just be online. And so I'm driving like, you got to give me some kind of clue that this is really you and this is really time, because I know if I do it because I'm obedient to what you tell me to do, I'm going to be fine. But right now, I don't want no part of this. So I get there and I've always known that if I do an event, it was not going to be in LA, not the first one. If I was going to do it myself, I was not going to have it in LA. So I get to the event. First of all, you couldn't just walk up into his suite. We had we had to check in to make sure Michelle said, stop being Jonah. Really, Michelle? You don't know me like that to be calling me out like that. Really? I thought we were cooler than that. Reneka, ain't nobody asked you. Reneka's going, she is so Jonah. Ain't nobody asked you for your agreement. So anyway, what was I saying before I was rudely interrupted? So you got to check in to get into his suite. So I'm like, oh, they ain't playing. Like, okay, this is my list. Y'all know me with this is my list. So I'm like, was it a joke? Am I really on the list? So she gets to me and she goes, what's your name? And I tell her and she goes, oh yeah, you're right here. And I'm like, okay. So I walk in the room. I sit down at the first available seat and Joel is right here next to me. And then, so the guy on my left, he strikes up a conversation and asks me where I'm from. I said, I'm from LA. And I said, where are you from? He said, Atlanta. And I knew something about Atlanta because I'd always known if I do an event, I'm going to do it in Atlanta first because Atlanta is kind of central to East Coast to West Coast. And I have a lot of people in Atlanta. Hell, I spent 5 months in Atlanta working on 2 feature films. So I knew then, I'm like, okay, that was kind of a God wink because out of all the people in the room, I'm going to sit down next to somebody who's from Atlanta, who I know, because everybody in this room like has been vetted and whatever. So I'm like, he can't be no joke because he in this room. And so we sitting there and Joel starts the meeting and he goes, I wanted to assemble you guys because I really feel like I should teach you all how to do your first event. Yo, I was like, I'm out of here. I'm leaving. What? Like, because I had no idea what the expectation was. I didn't know what we were going to be doing. Had no freaking clue what we were going to be doing. And so, oh wait, I should actually put myself back on camera. Oops. Why didn't y'all tell me? Okay. So I'm sitting there going, you have got to be kidding me, God. Really? So if you know me well, when I start having conversations with God, it reads on my face. And I'm sitting in kind of the front of the room right next to Joel. And I'm going, this cannot be. Are you freaking kidding me? I was like, okay. So I just zoned in. I just zoned back in. Oh, Yana, I just saw what you wrote. Could you switch back to full screen? Yes. No, Carmen, that's not what I wanted. Sorry. So it just dawned on me because I'm not paying attention. I'm too busy in my story. So I'm glad y'all tell me stuff because, y'all got to help TJ be better because I'm so into my story. So I'm sitting there and this dude just breaks it down to the nth degree. Here's step 1. Here's step 2. Here's step 3. This is what you do. This is how. And I'm going, I can't wait to tell Reneka because she's going to be like, finally, because I really had the intention of telling Reneka, like, Reneka, I ain't doing I ain't doing no event. I ain't doing it. So then it gets better. Then the reason why I didn't want to leave yesterday also was because Joel was picking people to come to the front of the room and pitch. And so I just wanted to pitch to make my pitch better, really. And so I was like, I don't know if I get the opportunity to pitch, but I would love to have his coaching back on my pitch. And so then after he breaks down the event, he was like, okay, Reneka. And he was like, guess what step number 1 was, Reneka, since you always teasing me about this. Step number 1 was name the event. You can't move forward until you name the event. Reneka's always teasing me that I can't do anything until I get the name. When I get the name, it comes crystal clear and I can take off. So I was good with the name. So that was step number 1. And so then he tells us step number 2 is I want you to do a micro pitch to me. And so he went around the room and let us micro pitch. Now, I know this is what I do. I can do it all day for people, but it's a little bit harder when I have to do it for myself. But let me tell you something. When I finished my pitch, the whole room erupted in applause. I landed a client. We're going to talk next week because she was like, I want to work because Joel made me tell them how much I cost and everything. And they were like, oh, yeah, we want to talk. Then Dr. Carney, who had invited me, he's sitting over to the right like a proud papa, like, yes, I knew I gambled on you. You made me look good. You didn't embarrass me. I nailed my pitch. Now, I nailed my pitch that was good enough for the room. Joel took that thing and put his secret sauce on it. And I was just like, yo, I do that? That right there was worth my time with him, just that alone, for him to revamp my pitch. Because like a lot of you, you can do the same stuff that you can do for other people. You can't do it for yourself because you can't really see outside yourself and you're too close to it. And I was just like, I just hugged him so tight, because y'all know I'm a hugger. And I'm like, I just hugged him so tight because I was just like, you just changed the game. And the feedback he gave me, and then the rest of the room, they chimed in. And then after we finished and wrapped for the day, I had another man come to me who I'd met a few months ago. He came to me and was like, here is my card. I never give anybody my card. He was like, I got some ideas and I know I get ready to make you a lot of money. Then another guy who owns buildings, like he is a gazillionaire, owns buildings, comes to me and said, listen, I'm getting ready to give you my cell phone. you know, that it is just freaking amazing. And to think that if I was to give a life lesson, that's why I don't get disappointed long. If I was to give you a life lesson, just trust that God is putting your name on somebody's heart. God is putting your name in somebody's ear for your next level, for what he's calling you to do next. Now, so, oh yeah, Karma, this dude, yeah. He was telling me some of the, I was just like, yo. So, Reneka's like, sure, can't wait. So here is the announcement. Tentatively scheduled on Saturday, September 15th, which is my birthday weekend. I always do something for my birthday. And I do something for everybody else on my birthday. Tentatively, we're going to have the very first, I'm still working on the title, live event. Hey, Anita, in Atlanta. It's either going to be half a day, a whole day. I'm thinking a whole day. And I'm saying it to y'all because I know if I put it out there with y'all, I'm more inclined to do it. I won't go hide. I won't change my mind because I'll feel obligated to follow through on my word. And I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I really don't. But here's what I remember. I didn't know what the heck I was doing when I launched Mavericks. I did not launch Mavericks until God said it's time to leap. And at that point is what I did. And so that same kind of trust, he reminded me, that same kind of blind faith, blind trust of him saying, You don't need to know all the answers. You don't have to have all the T's crossed and I's dotted. You don't. I just need you to trust me for the first step, and I'm going to give you the second. The first step was me actually putting you in an event that you weren't going to go to. The second step was me putting you in a room with 15 other people to actually give you the breakdown of what I'm calling you to do. You better trust me, little girl, and honor what I told you, because if nothing else, I'm obedient. I am obedient. So I'm putting it out there. Here's what I know. We're going to probably do a pre-sale, because everybody is roo-roo, rah-rah when it's idea phase. When it's time to actually make my bank account sing and y'all register, that's when we get quiet. So what I'm not going to do is go in debt over this. What I'm not going to do is go in the hole over this. So I will probably do a pre-sale with the early bird, kind of deal or something. We're still working out the details. Y'all getting it first. This just happened. So I don't know all the details. Andrew was already asking me about stuff, and I was like, you do realize this just happened a few minutes ago, right? But I'm going to make sure it makes good business sense to make sure that I actually have the people who want this. And they are willing to actually invest in themselves. And this is probably more than likely it's going to be an application process, but because here's what I don't want to happen. This is not about fans of TJ, people who just want to hug. That ain't it. This is people that we are coming to do some work. Hi, Tawana. Tawana, you'll love this. We are coming to do some work. I'm coming to change the game. I can hug other people later. I'm coming to change the game if you are tired of being unnoticed, unknown, and unremarkable. I'm coming for you if you know you're sitting on expertise that the world needs. I'm coming for you if you know that you can do in your sleep what people are losing sleep with at home. I'm only coming for the people who are serious about making noise. And the way you tell me that you're serious is you register. You register before I book the room, so I can see, okay, I got this amount of people who saying, yes, I want to actually be there. But, and I'm putting my money where my mouth is, then I can go determine what size room do we need. So I'm clear on that. I will not go in the hole on this. I will not go in the red on this. It has to actually, it's got to do more than break even. So if that's you, put September 15th tentatively on the calendar. Reneka and I are going to see, if that really is going to work. Is that enough time? We may push it, a week or two later, but I want to do it in Atlanta because Atlanta is my second home. It's central to West Coast and East Coast. And I love Atlanta, but I want to be ahead of the potential snow. So it's got to happen between like end of September and October. All right. So I wasn't paying attention to any of the comments necessarily. So did I miss something? Do I have people? Terrell says not September 15th. Yep, it's probably going to be there because I want to celebrate my birthday with y'all. Renee says tentatively. Yeah, that's like allegedly. So yeah, see you in Atlanta. Shut up, Renee. Andrea says you have enough of people around you that know what you need. Yes, you are absolutely right. I am blessed with an amazing squad. Sonia says, we'll be there, TJ, in my bid. I know. It's like I'm going to have to actually limit my current Mavericks to make room for people who want, because my current Mavericks have been after me going, yeah, but we want to get together and be with you. So we're going to plan it out. Reneka is a bomb strategist, so she's going to help me plan this out. Terrell says, I'm so happy for you that you're stepping out of your comfort zone. Unfortunately, I have a wedding to attend that weekend. Okay, Terrell, but if this goes well, I'll be doing more. Andrea says, I got it all planned out already. Karma says, we're in, Kathy. You coming, right? Michelle says, hugging you is cool, but I got to feed those. Exactly. 5 children. Exactly. I ain't looking for people who just want to. Hugging is automatically a part of what I do, but I'm coming really to change the game for some folks. And some of you guys don't do well online, so I'm coming to dish it to you in person. Lamont says, no, earlier. Do it during Dragon Con. Yeah, Lamont, that's what I'm really concerned about. Terrell says, yes, push it back. It's too soon. Shut up, Reneka. Reneka says, we've been waiting on this for 12 years, a slave. I'm not talking to you. Kathy says, I plan to Karma Team Reneka and Andrea mission event lockdown. Jay Marie says, will you have vendor opportunities? Can somebody tell her, did she just log in? Can somebody tell her that I just decided this about an hour, like cemented and firm about an hour ago? I don't have no more plans than what I've already told y'all. You know everything I know. You really do. You have everything that I know at this point. I don't know nothing else. So stay tuned for when we build the Eventbrite or however we're going to do it, whatever the price structure is going to be. Stay tuned for that, because really, if you really want it, you're going to put your money where your mouth is and say, yeah, Teej, I'm down. I'm coming to Atlanta to spend some time with you because I need to know how to make some noise. So I'm dead serious about that. I have to know that this is something of value that you want by showing me with your pocketbook. That's an old term. With your pocketbook that what I do is valuable to you. So, okay, Reneka, Andrea, y'all believe me? It's out there. Oh, okay. Jay Marie just got on. Okay, so yeah, Jay Marie, I just go back and listen to the rest of it, but I just discovered I was going to do this about an hour or so ago. So I don't know nothing else except what I've told you. I've told y'all everything I know. I don't know nothing else. All right. So with that said, I'm glad that y'all came to play with me. Keep me accountable. Make sure I deliver. Right? You ain't got to make sure I deliver. That's not what you got to make sure. Because if I decide to do it, I'm going to show up and I'm going to bring the heat. Y'all know that. But I'm going to need y'all maybe to encourage me, to let me know that this can be done and it's necessary, it's wanted. Because, yeah, that's probably what has hindered me so far. Reneka says, stay tuned. I guess you mean stay tuned. Stick close. Official date announced and pre-sale coming soon. Karma says, sound the alarm. TJ's about to have Atlanta lit. Lamont says, best of luck to you, TJ. I'll come out if I can work it out. Yeah, thank you. All right, guys. So let's tap it out. Y'all know I like the little tappy things. Let's tap it out in 10, 9, 8. I love y'all. Oh, Lord, I've been so animated, guys, that it says I've been working out for the last 23 minutes. I've been working out for the last 23 minutes. Lamont says, when you officially announce it, I'll share it around. Yes, please do. Because I like to have fun as I teach, and it's a party. You know, if you've ever been to anything that I've done, I show up to play and I show up to slay. Okay. 7, 6. Hey, cuz, we're tapping it out now. 5, 4, 3. Y'all, thanks for letting me be me. Thanks for, just thank you. I don't take it for granted that y'all roll with me and y'all let me unleash on y'all. So I appreciate you. I'm going to get bucket naked now because that's what I've been wanting to do because I was exhausted. But I was like, no, I'm going to commit to doing this live and give them the tip because I committed to that. But now I really want to just get out of my clothes and watch some mindless TV. So 2, 1. Bye, guys.